Ya lens ne so ne adru no. Na Ghana de chese wo sori no ante asem foforo na wonni o man yi mu. What you asem? Tembia ya beti asem foforo, tembia ya simpanifo ye say tembia wo pe kwan de yensika. Wo pe kwan ebu ye mukata, wo pe kwan ebu yafa so. Wo pe kwan ama wanya kakra gu motom. Ente na ye lens ne so ne adru. Ne lens no, we're going straight to Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture. Now, Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture, is here what the Ababato was saying. They are soliciting just on the 14th of August 2023. Omi Jumediebi was so what they are soliciting ideas from the youth. And Mebruno or ideas a free one was no bit to me tourism ni. Neka tourism and say you can't here. What is it? Say obi ebeko tourist sites. Na nka watumi hu bibia efe apart from nsuo na eba no apart from normal na ewo ho na apart from enwoma ewo ho no what again is there for me to come and even tell somebody say won so ayabra ho Ghana yen tourism na nka say to say ahimpo ni aye yen free tourism mu from 2001 to 2002 I think say we got like 2.3 billion US dollars about tourism due to year of return nene ade ne nyoma aye nkrofo ba behwe wo man Ghana mu no 2.3 million dollars ene yenyaye na meka ne nyina esi asem so if it say ye mpanifo no I think said they are just old me that's my problem because to say kodoti hey sisi abrante ne ho sisi ne ho so or a lot of ideas so yemfa no I just say wa ba akokura wa ye old na idea na owo no kura free ni trim na nsa ne de ne be kwakotena bebia se okotena no na sa time no papa ne kotodwom na ekeka no obe den asori empo free mpa so atwero bibia hemache na de abremo enti Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture see they are soliciting ideas from the youth sisi amebunu they want to train about 6,000 youth na ewo security tour guide cook any enwoma ekeke ka ho no they want to train them so mu training for our tourist sites some ideas from the youth na sika omanya na mekae no chese edrumre bia wo pesika free nkrofo pesika free World Bank ho enti ese wo tena sentem no okeka ka nyoma bom to sese ne wo ka se wo the ultra modern studio ultra modern Ghana ultra modern everything ultra modern fitisai ma wo ba so everything was ultra modern and so be sin Yehu ultra modern bia, yehu ultra modern studio, yehu ultra modern theater, yehu nothing ultra modern. Enti sika wonye free World Bank. And I say Bank of Ghana. I'm reading it. I've read it. 100,000 cedis, 100,000 cedis, and one saka. And when to a person what day a jumedi, what pay ideas free the youth in the hall. Now want to me a day. And tourism nim. So when you come and you sit and they train you, now more ideas na 100,000 yen no wodi bedi dwuma no 100,000 cedis, 100,000 Ghana cedis and wanya. Now maybe say with all these ideas, do they have strategies? Amo nyoma power dey go akwam to say yaba betena say niaka idea. How many times have we not even sat and shared ideas with these people? How many times have we not sat and I say, look, when we talk about tourism and as I say a pet tourism near tourist sites, you see, whenever you go to a restaurant, you want to repeat. We want repeated customers. What I say, and to see a tourist sites no, walk in Zulezu. They were in Zulezu, ne bet me a more sound coin Zulezu, and I bet me a bought in Zulezu, they will actually be. Wako Botifos, Dene, we're talking about attraction, we're talking about accessibility, we're talking about accommodation, amenities, we're talking about activities, we're talking about transportation system. Wako trake mu beba wo jonku nyina wo sisi nyina just was akwakope obi amna ba be miamiao. That is what we're talking about. Yen tourist sites, what is there? Yekwa ada asafutu fiami. Ada yekwa ho yekwa sanctuary wo baby enso mienu ehie. There is nothing there. Nothing to write home about. Ukojina ho a ehwe ni ho. Yekwa ko hu ensuo na wo mitini keke. Ensuo ne mienu ehia. There is nothing. There is no light. There is no building. They are not selling anything. In Crofoni, wow, just said there is no activity happening there. Ye call Crocodile Pond ho, nothing. Ye call Treasure Island, nothing. Obeko Botifos, nothing. Obeko Himfa, nothing. Obeko Mole Park, nothing. So that is what we're asking the tourism ministry. And yet someone yaska. No more numuke come on, no more babetina on must share their friends and travel. We want to do this, we want to do that. Now mo dia kwa command crofo na one me in Sikano. 100,000 Ghana cedis. Yes, I say old currency na he. So that is what we're saying. Ya beba betra penny from ma make at na fekwa time. And ya ka babesi ne ankosiaga. And then you want to solicit for ideas from the youth. Na mo go na kasa mo yankokura. From music to gamro to tourism obia yakokura. Na ya sebo. Oh my God, Ananga Sano. Penina, when you mean kakra. Penino denim na when you kakra. And see more ideas if you Bruno on. What do you want? Because we've said it. I mean, Kojo is here. He will attest to it. Kojo will attest to the fact say when it comes to tourism, creative art and Yanka say Minister Mohammed Awal. What have we not said? And yes, see, I'm 100,000 US Ghana cedis, 100,000 Ghana cedis. Most more person more ideas from the youth. How will you even do it? Me person me who say mobile jar. Now youth now won't watch your mafa tourism one. Now said, well, how will you do it? Me, I wish to get the Ministry of Tourism and we'll talk to them. How is it going to be done? Send a more person more Yankasa mobile jar. National Theatre na conference center ni ababet na and your man yatro no ni catch them na what do you want to do sikana bani kekelinti na ese mo friend crofo ka krebi even with people that have the ideas and can even help no mon frɛ you won't even call them mon frɛ wɔn mon crofo na mo ni omo ya adwuma na mo di sika mekɔ kɔma baako no mababet so this man has the ideas, he has written a proposal, say. No more kwakotna ho. Na what is Kennedy? That's all. Ye who me na catch. Ye who ye read the budget here because so we are building an ultramodern for Ghana, ultramodern for the creative art, ultramodern sa no more free so 2025. Ultramodern sa na microphone free so 2025 ni guso tia. Creative art industry ni gusutia and crofo they have ideas and crofo mo nim die and crofo just a wonka ho a yedijaw wonka ho a onsani mo yedijaw and no and ekoso e wo man Ghana mu no and this I think is just absurd, is appalling, like any woo what I say this time I be Nkrumah museum yi na obrafo abo Nkrumah nyom ni akwakofa samini no akogina ho boyaga saa enso nipa anka obetumi aba bebɔ nwom no nipa watwere nwom afa Nkrumah ho na nka nwom ne kura tze na kodo kan ye betumi abɔ wo saa what is even there at that place? What is there? Wo kokura den na wo behu say wakwako hu Nkrumah car ne keke na wo hu say pool bi dem me dem nyanko ho ba me hu pictures I say pool bi dem Ghana most beautiful. Yeah, launch me who sends you be the whole pool be the whole. Is that all? Is that all we think about Nkrumah? And ope. When eka history about Nkrumah, all these are tourism stuff. And there is nothing going to be done. Nothing. Sikana ba. And a move di. And a more chile more po be this na kojokaye. As ye po be trenti a po be a chile. And more travel tour. And I'm open the past 6,000. And it's a much kind of money past 6,000. 100 million Ghana cedis. Much money past 6,000. Bibeka. I could do her. My name's Sonia, right up now. On your tourism right up, be any wood, what I say. Or I say to when you're right up now, Baby Busana. Papa could you?
I draw.
Yes. Uncrawford.
Oh yeah. Uncrawford.
100,000 Ghana cedis.
I don't need BB. So can issues or discussions on tourism, art and culture, and sometimes say okay, then they feel biasem and say baby. But I think that it is becoming too much promises here and there. That action has not been taken so far.
Yeah.
Okasa Sisiano, I felt like a minister, a wild doctor, is talking too much.
A little work.
Yes, I feel say ne business orientation now also the tourism and the creative art. I think that on careful. Other than that, obe ne term of office na why promises more than the president himself of the state.
Okay.
It is not good for me. First off, it is this same minister who promised us that by end of 2022, we'll build 5 amphitheaters. He said it at a press conference, meet the press. We ended the year with 0 amphitheaters. Okasa Sisiano, I just went on the net, a story that I even wanted to talk about. Now listen, this was written by Oko Graphic Online. August 5th, 2022.
Okay.
Almost short story, 11:36 a.m. Justice Agbono C or something in a short story. That's the headline. Tourism training school to be established in Accra.
Tourism training
school to be established in Accra.
Okay.
TA. A tourism training school is to be established in Accra next year, which is 2023.
2023.
Because of kind of 2022.
Okay.
So a tourism training school is to be established in Accra next year in line with the measures by the government to make the country the tourism and investment hub of West Africa.
Okay.
Listen, the $10 million project.
$10 million?
Yes, will train people in the tourism and hospitality value chain to enhance customer service and other best practices in the sector. The Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture, Dr. Ibrahim Mohammed Awal, who announced this in Accra yesterday, said the construction of the school will be funded under the Ghana Tourism Development Project supported by the World Bank.
Okay.
And then the minister was speaking at the annual tourism promotion event December in Ghana 2022. Now, I read this and I go back from 2022 to the time I didn't see so.
Yeah.
At the vetting, he promised another some $10 million something that they wanted to do.
Okay.
So I asked myself, from vetting up until now, why can't the minister come out to tell us, say, all these things that I said, the $10 million studio that we wanted to build, the $10 million project investment on training school, the 5 amphitheaters we want to build, and why can't they come for once to come and tell us, say, we have achieved a substantial amount of whatever we said we wanted to do within the space, but they continue to promise. Okay?
Yeah.
You continue to promise, and I have a problem. Because the more you do that, the more you make me feel that you have nothing to really offer, but you just want us to hear something in our minds. You might have something to offer, but the visibility of the thing, the tangibles of the thing, then we can understand that you are doing something. Okasobesi school, I thought to say, when he met even the editors forum or whatever forum they held, I didn't hear about it. I don't know which editors who went there anyway. But I even thought to say, at least your area of where people do discussions, the people should be having enough discussion on it today. Because every Saturday, I say a World Entertainment Day in Ghana. So if you are discussing this, I'm discussing this in the afternoon, somebody discussing this in this morning, we would have seen the projection we wanted to give our industry. Now go and check the topics people are discussing. Far from what government is talking about, far from what our minister has spoken about. Now, you read the story that you're talking about. I have read it.
Okay.
I read it, I think, on my journal online.
Okay.
Minyabe Makwame and Troy. And it's funny. We are back again to say this. Government to launch 100,000 million tourism enterprise project.
Yeah.
I just left you in 2022 with a $10 million project.
Now you are back in 100
You are back in 2023 to give me another 100 million tourism enterprise project. Which one do you want me to hold on to and judge you with? Which one do you want me to hold on to and see the focus? I am not getting the whole paradigm shift of.
Kojo, do you think, sir, because they think we expect them to talk? And you think
I think that, like I said, maybe he has first off our good intention. The intent is there, but my point is that you cannot continue to be doing this thing when uja bakoho, or you have not even updated me on the first one, and then you come to promise again.
Yeah.
Now you promise.
Then he doesn't have good intentions.
No. Okay, so when you tell me you want to build tourism school, it's a good intention. The intent alone is good, because again, yes, you need a tourism school.
Okay.
You need to see, because you want to have a focus on tourism in this country. Tourism is becoming.
Mr. Kwame, sorry, Kojo. I think that we put people in positions they are not supposed to be there. The person is not interested in tourism. Because we are doing reshuffling.
Okay, so for a while, because of the background, I kind
business
of,
background.
I tend to respect where he's coming from.
I tend business background,
yes,
and your entertainment background, and your tourism background.
The more you see, the more he has made us understand that for creative art, we're a creative art person to deal with, which will
why
come
no?
That is Marco Kreko Mante, his deputy. Even that one is a problem. We'll come to that. But because we are doing tourism.
Okay.
Now, he sees money. And indeed, it is true. He has good projections for tourism. He always would want to tell you that he wants to see tourism become number one in terms of our GDP. It's a good intent. The intention is right. But my point is, your promises are becoming too much. And like you saying, it ends up making you feel that only that good intention or something, because you are not executing. You see, in a channel of communication, when you miss out one thing, which is very key, feedback, then you have not communicated.
Yeah.
Now, when you also have projects that you want to do, Nasa won't to me execute, you have a problem.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
I will have a problem with you, because then you are not able to execute the things that you keep saying, but you keep piling up. Okay, things you want to do. Now, if I come to this present one that he's talking about, another launch again of 100 million tourism enterprise project, no problem. But you see, listen to the story. If what's our brother Kwame wrote is good.
Yeah.
The Minister of Tourism, Art and Culture, Mohammed Awal, has announced that the government will be launching a project to solicit novel tourism ideas from young people. Now, first off, you are soliciting somebody's intellectual property, okay, to build something.
Yeah.
And what I wasn't invited anyway, so I would have probably asked so many questions on this thing. Now,
that's what I'm saying. Say Nkrofo over to me akasano one flavor.
Well, meaning say many them could be there, but I mean I believe Kwame's write up so much that on wrong with it. Now, when you say next year. Now, listen to the Brofono Mutroe, Tiniepa, my kind of stance. I'll say, during his address at an editors' forum held on Monday, August 14, 2023, at Accra City Hotel.
Yes.
Okay. He said the initiative is aimed at buying the interest of tourism in the youth and encouraging them to come up with innovative business model for the sector. Sure. Then Kwame quoted him. Next year,
we're going to launch.
Next year is when?
Next year is 2025.
2024.
2024, yes.
Good. So next year, we are going to launch 100 million CD tourism enterprise. It means that it's not even this year.
Maybe. So no, this year.
So the fine things we saw. 100 million into the blah 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 blah. Then Kwame quotes him and says the man comes back to tell us that next year we are in August, September, October, November. Between now to December, they will promise another thing again.
Of course.
Then I will not know where the efficiency of this thing will be.
And I make her say,
and
I'm just asking, do you think these people are just taking us for a ride?
Like I keep saying, I will repeat the same thing. They are not taking us for a ride. I think that first off, when I read these things, it's a sight. Okay, it excites me that there's progress.
There's no progress.
There's progress in tourism. Okay, so much progress in tourism. I mean, when you listen to Akwesi Agyeman, and he tells you the kind of things that I read a little of.
No, that man is working.
Yes, but the few things that they've said in terms of achievement that they've done. I mean, the few reports that I've seen, read, and the kind of figures that I've seen, it tells you there's something happening. But I have a challenge when the political man comes in to speak this way, and then you shift the whole focus again to next year.
Yeah.
That is when you're going to look for. So I would have asked him, what has happened to the tourism school?
Yeah.
The $10 million project that you promised in 2022. Yeah. What has happened to that another 10 million you promised at your vetting when you said wanted to do the studio? What has happened to the 2022, before the end of 2022, the amphitheaters, the 5, what has happened to it? So there are a lot of things that the political man have said that have not seen the execution, or they have not come back to us to tell us what they've done.
Kojo, they will never come back to us. They will never.
Going to a friend is saying to solicit, I mean, ideas. First off, I don't know. It's some way for me. I'm seriously sad the way we really want to run things. Yeah. I don't get it. And we are looking at almost about 6,000 young people, along the tourism value chain. And I don't know how you're going to, who are you going to work with on this one? Some of this intellectual property is going to give it to you, and you're going to pay me what? Out of it, you're going to pay me.
Out of the 100 million.
No, you're going to pay me, and I don't own the right of my intellectual property that I've given you.
Yeah.
Or what?
So what Tom?
Yo,
Gina, I so nah.